Doctors of Asia, or AMDA, also announced it'll send a doctor and officials to Haiti to provide medical and relief support.
まず現状把握して、医療ニーズの方を発掘して調査して、可能であれば医療活動の方を実施できるかどうか、そちらの方を調査していきたいと思います。
Also on Thursday, 2 members of the Japanese unit of Doctors Without Borders and 1 from the Red Cross Society left for Haiti. Other NGOs are planning to send members to look into the situation. The interim Haitian ambassador to Japan, Jean-Claude Bordes, has asked the Japanese government to provide humanitarian aid to his quake-hit country.
We need medicine. We need medical assistance.
In Tokyo on Thursday, the Ambassador Bordes expressed his gratitude for Japan's decision to offer emergency assistance, but he said more efforts are needed. He also said the country is in confusion, and the ambassador himself has not been able to make contact with any government officials since the quake occurred. Bordes said that he phoned his family just after the quake, but only heard someone screaming and couldn't confirm their safety. Japanese scientists believe the Haiti earthquake occurred along a 30-kilometer-long fault line that shifted about 4 meters horizontally for 10 seconds. Japan's meteorological agency says Haiti is located close to the plate boundary where the North American plate and the Caribbean plate meet, and there are many active faults along the seam. Tuesday's earthquake is believed to have occurred along the fault, which stretches east to west in the southwestern part of the island. According to a Japanese expert's analysis, using seismic data collected from the various locations, the fault line measured about 30 kilometers, and the earthquake shifted the bedrock about 3.8 meters horizontally for 10 seconds. The damage of the quake is so heavy it's visible from space. These pictures of Port-au-Prince were taken by the Japanese observation satellite Daiichi. The photo on the left was taken on Thursday, and the one on the right was taken in June 2007. The latest picture shows that many buildings have collapsed, especially in the highlighted area west of the presidential building. In other news, U.S. Internet search engine giant Google is believed to have stopped censoring its search results in China in defiance of the Chinese government. The company had been voluntarily censoring search results prohibited by the Chinese government, which included criticism of the Communist Party's rule and human rights-related information. As of Thursday, images that had previously not appeared in search results in China became available. They include a photo of a man standing in front of tanks during the 1989 Tiananmen Square unrest and a picture of the Tibetan spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama. On Tuesday, Google announced it may pull out of China, saying hackers attacked its computer systems. It also declared that the company was no longer willing to accept censorship of its search results by the Chinese government. The gap between the Chinese government and Google is deepening as the government urged the company to agree to the regulations.
我们的有关的管理的措施呢是符合国际通行的做法。我还想强调呢，中国呢欢迎国际互联网的企业在中国依法开展业务。
The number of pirate attacks reported worldwide in 2009 marked a record high for the second straight year. Most of the incidents took place in the waters off Somalia. The International Maritime Bureau in Malaysia released a report on Thursday outlining 406 attacks on freighters and other ships last year. The Gulf of Aden off Somalia is reported to be the most dangerous place, with 116 pirate attacks. The figure is more than 10 times greater than 3 years ago. The Bureau says reports of pirate attacks also came in from the Red Sea and the coastline off Oman. No attacks were reported from these areas in 2008. The Bureau says that pirates based in Somalia have moved into new areas as a result of increased security patrols near the Somali coast. It adds that the number of sailors who were taken hostage in 2009 exceeded 1,000 for the first time. The number of murders in Japan last year was the lowest on record since the end of World War II. But statistics show that robberies increased, reflecting the prolonged economic slump. The National Police Agency says the number of murders fell to just below 1,100, a 15% decline from the previous year. This is a third of the number committed in 1954 when murders peaked in Japan. The number of telephone scams dropped by 29%, while sexual violence against women declined by 11%. Arson was also down 8%. But the agency warns that crimes such as robbery are increasing amid the recession. The number of robberies targeting convenience stores rose to nearly 900, the highest since 2004 when counting began. Poverty is one of the main obstacles to education, but its effects are not limited to developing and emerging countries. The onset of the economic crisis the year before last dramatically increased the income disparity in industrialized countries and affected the lives of many children. NHK World's Jean-Baptiste Niard filed this report from France.
Christmas illumination brightening the streets of Paris. But this small corner is home to some street children. Their parents are immigrants from Africa. The family lost their home when their apartment building caught fire. With the financial crisis decimating jobs markets, the parents have not been able to find a new apartment they can afford. Meanwhile, the tight fiscal situation has kept the government from doing much to support people like this.
It's cold out here and the traffic's very noisy.
France supposedly embraces equality and human rights. But even in the capital, there are children living in such misery.
France is home to 5 million immigrants. Their French-born children are granted citizenship. They are entitled to compulsory education, but due to language and other problems, many can keep up with the classes. Even in elementary schools, 1 out of 3 children of immigrants is said to be failing. At this preparatory school, volunteers are giving such children a helping hand. In the late afternoon, about 20 children show up. They are taught basic reading and writing skills so that they can keep up with the regular classes.
Comprendre comment un mètre de long.
Donc là, il est quelle heure là?
Là, il est 18h.
T'as d'autres devoirs? Mais ça, je regarde après.
Aja runs this school.
L'anglais, ça fait longtemps que tu n'as pas fait l'anglais?
As a French speaker from the Caribbean, she said she can understand what immigrant children must go through. Over the last 13 years, Aja has helped many children advance to high school.
When I can't understand something, she helps me out. She's kind.
But since financial crisis, Aja's school has been struggling. People stopped contributing funds to run the school.
It's not easy to raise funds. I have no idea how I can pay all the bills that are due.
Having used